Hey there guys, how are you? Welcome back to another awesome video, and it's time for another movie review. And today's movie review is going to be about Swingers. So Swingers is about two guys living in Las Vegas, just trying to find a girl, trying to find love, that sort of thing, mainly, sort of, for the most part. One particularly looking for a girl, obviously a long-term relationship after being in a long-term relationship, sort of a breakup situation, and you got his buddy helping him out, trying to find himself a girl. And sort of the way of like, hey, you gotta do it this way, and the angles and stuff like that. So this movie is directed by Doug Liman, and you guys want to know something? This is literally the only movie I know about with Doug Liman. So that's mainly it. I don't know a lot about, like, I know some things with Doug Liman, but let's face it, this is the one particular movie that when you hear Doug Liman, you think of Swingers. So that's mainly it. He definitely has an interesting choice in style, I guess, a little bit. I don't know if this is his director. I don't know if this is his directorial debut, but let's say this is. It's not too bad. If this isn't his directorial debut, then I don't know. But he definitely knows how to write some comedy, and he knows how to write a little bit about character. So he's kind of got it's kind of iffy sort of thing. So yeah, it's iffy. So you got Jon Favreau, who started out as an actor, now a big director. Not really a big director, but he's a director now. He's kind of doing some things. You might recognize him from he's Happy Hogan in Iron Man. He also directed Iron Man, the first Iron Man. He directed the live action Jungle Book. He directed Elf. Did he? Yes, he did. He directed Elf. I'm 100% certain he directed Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one and the best one, honestly, in my opinion. But we'll save that for another day. So he's definitely made a career, and he's definitely gone up the scale and definitely made his way up in the real world, in the big money sort of thing. Now he feels like $1,000,000 basically. He's basically Mikey. Jon Favreau is his character from Swingers. He started off sort of like sort of in a dump, and now look where he is. He's $1,000,000 and everything. So ain't that good for him? But in terms of his character in this movie, he's fine. He's good. You definitely feel his sort of sympathy, how he's kind of like, I just went through a breakup, and now I've kind of trying to figure out how to find another girl and everything. But I think, let's face it, the real sort of better performance. Not only does this help Favreau's sort of chemistry and his performance, but Vince Vaughn and Jon Favreau, when these two work together in this movie, you definitely feel the chemistry, the friendship, the not really butting heads, but the joking, the sort of like funness a little bit. Vince Vaughn is basically your hype man. He's gonna make you feel like $1,000,000. He's gonna make you feel good about yourself, make you feel good. He's your hype man. He's the guy you want to be with when you're trying to get with a girl and trying to find someone to be like, listen, dude, you're $1,000,000. You're a winner. Mikey's a big winner. And that's kind of what it's sort of its famous lines in a way. Kind of makes it funny. Vince Vaughn makes things a little more funnier with him and Favreau kind of not butting heads, but just busting each other's chop, busting each other's balls. I don't know. Sort of stuff like that in a little bit. Other than that, basically, there's some other characters. There's some funny jokes here and there, some not, stuff like that. Well, let's just talk about it right now. So the humor is definitely there. There's some moments I think are funny. I'm not 100% sure which ones are the most funniest, but definitely the whole Mikey's a big winner sort of scene is definitely, I think, my favorite scene. There's definitely some good moments in the comedy with how like Vegas with New Yorkers and with just how people act in sort of the world a little bit and stuff, and everything along those lines. The only problem I could really say is like there's some jokes that land, and then there's some you kind of like you can really tell it's trying, but then you realize it's like I don't know if it's you're not sure if it's going anywhere. Like here's like an example. So Jon Favreau's character Mikey, let's just call him Mikey for now. I don't remember his actual name. I know his name's Mikey. So let's just call him Mikey. So Mikey is on the phone with this new girl he just met. He hit it off perfectly at the bar with where his friends are like, that was fantastic. I didn't teach you any of that stuff. Where'd you pick up this sort of thing and whatnot? So that happens, and the girl gives him his number. So Vince Vaughn's like, you know what, just wait a few days and stuff like that, and you'll be golden. So Mikey decides to call her now. So picks up the phone. Still, it's voicemail. So he's leaving a message. Leaves a message again because of the dial tone or the beep or the cutoff keeps interrupting. And I guess it has a few like chuckles here and there, but you start to realize in this scene, you kind of see that he's a bit picky, not picky. He's a bit needy. Like he keeps constantly calling her, like, "Oh my gosh!" Like he goes from basically saying, "Hey, just calling, say hi." You know, I was that guy at the bar, got your digits and stuff like that. Just give me a call back. And then he got cut off. He was about to finish something, he got cut off. Goes back again, and then eventually gets to this point where he's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry," and all these things. Like he's having a nervous wreck here when he just met this girl, and all of a sudden that moment she picks up the phone, and he's like, "Let's not talk again." Hangs up. I mean, cuts, dials, declines, whatever. So that kind of thing, I don't know if that was meant to be funny, but it definitely doesn't really read well because you definitely can feel. Like I get it, you want to feel sympathy for a guy like Jon Favreau's character, but to have him be that sort of needy and have to like, okay, I gotta call her, keep calling her, keep calling her, keep calling her, doesn't really, I don't know, it feels, I don't know if it feels out of place or it's just kind of makes you kind of sit there just want to, I don't know, just almost get a little triggered or cringed almost. So that's the only thing I can think of. There is a particular moment that I think can be funny, but at the same time, it can be a bit obnoxiously repetitive. And that's the sort of they have a scene where they're sitting around a table playing poker, playing some sort of game, and they're talking about movies and stuff like that. They're referencing movies. They're like, "Oh, you remember that one angle scene in Reservoir Dogs?" So they're talking about another movie, Reservoir Dogs, that does the same angle that they're doing with the one shot panel, like sort of rotation a little. And they're like, "Oh yeah, wasn't that also in Goodfellas?" And then they're like, "Wait a second, Goodfellas ripped off of Reservoir Dogs. No. Quentin Tarantino ripped off of Martin Scorsese," and they're having this whole big like jokely like debate about it. And it's ironic because you're sitting there going, you guys are doing the exact same thing they're doing, and you're poking fun of that, but you're also being repetitive. And they even do the slow motions like walk like in Reservoir Dogs with like music and everything. It's just the only thing that they're missing is a little green bag they're missing in the backtrack. So that's the only thing they're missing. But other than that, they're basically doing it shot by shot, bit for bit. The whole Goodfellas from the Goodfellas scene and the Reservoir Dogs scene in the beginning of the movie, and I'm not sure where the whole Goodfellas scene is, but it's somewhere in the movie. I haven't seen Goodfellas in a while. I think I saw like maybe bits of it once. That's it. But yeah, so it is funny a little bit because it becomes a bit self-aware. I don't know if that's what they were trying to go for. If they were just like, we're doing this sort of irony, but I don't know. Like it gave me a bit of a chuckle, but then thinking about it, I was like, I don't know if it was like that really genius, really, because a lot of movies will copy bits and scenes, whether it's bit for bit, word for word, the exact same scene or shot of another movie. But still, is it anything renovative? I don't know. I mean, it definitely had a laugh, but at the same time, like I said, it's one of those things where it's like, is a joke either it lands or it doesn't land. And the editing's kind of a little bit weird. The pacing's kind of okay with this film. And I swear there are some moments that I feel like I don't know why, but either it's the camera angles or it's the editing, but I feel like there's times where I for a second thought that the sound is so like quiet that you can hear the cameraman laughing. And I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know because I swear there's a specific scene. You hear someone laughing. I don't know if it was Jon Favreau that's laughing and you don't see his face, or if it was the cameraman laughing in the back. But I swear someone was laughing, in the movie, in the scene. And I'm thinking to myself, if that's the cameraman, that's kind of a bit of an odd thing. And there's definitely like the editing has some nice transitions, but then it kind of feels a bit out of place. So, I mean, some people really love this movie. I'm kind of like, I mean, I see it, but it doesn't just. I don't know if it sits well. I mean, there's some things that do, some things that don't. I'd probably give. I'm gonna give Swingers either a B minus or I'm gonna give it a C plus. I know that sounds a bit confusing, but maybe in that that level of in betweenness of in between what's a B and in between a C. So if that makes any sense, kind of like in between 2 and 3, like a scale sort of thing. If that helps out in any way, but I mean, it's definitely good, but it's not really that. I don't know if people say it's a masterpiece, but it's definitely got some. It's definitely got some good laughs. Some things are funny. Some things aren't really that funny. Some moments are really. Some moments are good. Characters are good. Editing's not really the best. Pacing's okay. Stuff like that. And um, that's just about really it, honestly. So if any of you guys have seen Swingers, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think in terms of, is this a movie that people love? Is this a movie that people hate? I've never heard a lot of opinions about Swingers, so this is probably like very interpreted, not interpreted. The movie's interpreted, not this review. The movie depends on where you land. I'm not sure if people think it's like the best thing in the world or people are like, I don't know. But I think it's pretty decent. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of Swingers. So with that being said, if you like this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and do awesome videos every day, if not every week. On top of that, make sure you ring that bell to be notified of new videos, new content every day, if not every week. Like I've always said before, I'll say again, I'm gonna try and get back in the swing of things. Well, no pun intended, but swing of things with the terms of like trying to get back like in videos, like reviews, top tens, stuff like that. I still have to do a collab with somebody. I still have to do a collab with somebody, so I hope to do that next weekend, next Friday, I think. So there's gonna be that to look forward to. I might be doing something gaming wise tomorrow with a friend, so that's gonna be really fun. I hope so. I hope he can maybe show up. That'd be great because that means it's gonna be a lot more fun for me. It's gonna be a lot more fun for him. It's gonna be a lot more fun for you guys. Since we're in the month of October, we might talk about some Halloween stuff. We might as well talk about some Halloween movies, some horror movies, do some related reviews like that. Talk about some top tens involving Halloween, horror, stuff like that, because it's the season of scares. It's the season of gore and whatever we're going to call it. The season of, yeah. So make sure you look out for some Halloween-related things. I'll do something maybe on Halloween or maybe the weekend of Halloween. We shall see. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.